we have Australia's largest range of tyre brands and sizes. Find a cheaper identical tyre locally stocked and we'll beat it. At Bob Jane T-Marts, we'll look after you.
It's round 3 NPL action. It brings us here for Friday night football at Anderson Reserve, Port Melbourne. South Melbourne with 2 wins from 2 to start the season, travelling to take on their crosstown rivals, John Caro.
That's right, David. South going for 3 wins from their opening 3 matches in the NPL. Port Melbourne hasn't conceded a goal this season, neither has South Melbourne. Something you would imagine has to give tonight, David. Let's see how South goes tonight.
Well, Milos is trying to close him down, but got space for a counter-attack. Goes the long ball out wide, dealt with by Adams. Hornos, cross from Oakley this season. That's a nice ball forward, and it'll stay onside. It'll open up here a chance in front of goals for Sturton, the former South man. It's set up nicely for him. I think Luke Adams got across to intervene there and kept the South Melbourne clean sheet.
Good tackle here from Luke Adams. It was Jamie De Brew initially with the cutback for Sturton, who goes on his non-preferred right foot, and in the end, Adams at the near post with an important block with his chest.
Bafano goes for the short option this time. Mickey Jawadi. Jawadi puts the ball in. It cleans bowls everybody at the back post, and that was very nearly the opening goal. A great chance there from close range for Luke Adams. Going for the short, quick free kick. Now Jawadi. Jawadi brought down, advantage, play on. Steps up, Icky Jawadi, what a strike! Top corner, pick that out! Icky Jawadi gives South Melbourne an early lead, an unbelievable strike from the former South best and fairest. Johnny Coro, just call him Jawadinho.
Wonderful strike from Icky Jawadi. He doesn't score many goals for South Melbourne, David, but when he does, they are absolute rockets. Like the one last year against Dandenong Thunder. This one from a long distance. That's a rocket that goes into the top corner. Goal beaten, all ends up there. Not much you can do about that. Icky Jawadi playing on after initially being fouled as well, and just unleashes from outside the box. That's an unstoppable shot right in the top corner. Great angle there as well. South opened the lead after 6 minutes here.
Well, the fans definitely appreciate that one, and the South good form looks to continue. Marla contesting there with Honos. Referee says play on. Alan Kearney squares it up. That's a poor pass from Kearney. Chance for Milos. Milos Lujic outside the box. Couldn't keep that one down. That would have been a bad goal for Port to concede. Opportunity for Honos from the cross. Plays that one in. Clearing header from Eager. Chance now again. Kearney squares it up. Mulcahy takes a touch. Mulcahy puts the shot across the face, and Raganovic watches it float wide. Another corner here for South. They're putting on some early pressure. Ball played in. Chance now for Luke Adams on the left foot. It's deflected wide by Kearney. Big shouts for a handball. That one looked very close, John.
Looks like the arms are out, David. Let's see from the replay. Luke Adams could have scored earlier and may have put this one on target. Alan Kearney, the arms are out there, and referee obviously hasn't spotted it and awards the corner for South Melbourne.
Take 2. Bafano from the corner floats it across far post. Adams, it's 2-0. Luke Adams at the far post. He nearly scored from the previous corner. It really was take 2, John Curry, because he's put that one in the back of the net. And 2 seasons in a row, the big centre-back has scored here at Port Melbourne.
Excellent call, David. Yes, 2 seasons in a row. He's found himself unmarked at the back post. That's a wonderful cross to the back post from Epifano. And Adams, like you said, totally unmarked. And on the volley, an excellent finish. That's a centre-forward's finish, David, not a centre-back's finish. He puts it across goal into the far corner of the net to double South's lead. What a great cross to the back post from Epifano. There was a claim for handball earlier from the Luke Adams shot. It doesn't matter because from the resultant corner, South go 2-0 up.
Getting some good forward momentum there. Epifano for Jawadi. Already been dangerous tonight. Icky Jawadi plays that one in, gets the touch back, deflected clearance, a big crunching tackle there on Icky Jawadi. And he's in a bit of pain here, John. He looks like he's going to continue. Jimmy Cole, the physio, assessing him, but he's certainly got some troubles there, Icky Jawadi. For Sheeny. Floats that one in high. Schroen, the header across the face, floating. Milos Lujic was tracking in, but wasn't going to reach that one. Well, Jawadi, he tried to continue, managed a few minutes, but doesn't look 100%, and perhaps wisely Chris Taylor opting to send Matthew Theodore into the game early. Chance for the free kick. They'd love to hit back Port Melbourne, but they're definitely not going to score with balls like that. Great opportunity wasted there. Schroen, nice touch. The left foot plays it forward. It didn't quite match his first effort there, and a floating ball high. Well, there's some confusion at the back there. Well, Michael Eager and Nikola Reganovic, they've got away with one there in truth, John, because that was very dangerous. Reganovic opts to throw that one out for Epifano. Now they're on the counter-attack. Epifano playing that one forward. Was Lujic brought down there? Well, that looked like it could have been a foul by the former Southman James Carvelis on Milos Lujic there, John. What does the replay say about that?
Well, it looked like it, David. We have the benefit of the replay. Of course, nice through ball from Epifano. There is a slight touch there from James Carvelis, former South defender, on Milos Lujic, who's appealing for a free kick. However, the referee does not pay it.
Epifano finds more space than he probably should. Eventually Theodore out wide, lovely ball, great chance for Miller. Nice first touch, Miller. The tackle there, shouts for a penalty by Matthew Miller. Carvelis comes away with it. No, says the referee. I have to say that one looked pretty clean.
Looked pretty clean, David. Let's look at the replay. Nice through ball here to Matty Miller from Matthew Theodore, the substitute. He tries to get past Carvelis, initially does, but that's a great recovering tackle from James Carvelis. Excellent clean tackle as well, wins the ball, and it's play on.
Port Melbourne, they need to get something moving sooner rather than later, because South are threatening for a third. That one's gone out wide. De Bruyne settles here. Chance plays it inside. Opportunity for Sturton. A great chance for David Sturton. We've seen him score a few goals for South, John. That time, well, that was a pretty poor finish.
Almost a replica from the first half, David. A nice cutback from Abreu on the right wing to Sturton. On his right foot, his non-preferred boot. Puts it wide of Reganovic's post.
Set piece played in towards the back post, and that one will eventually be cleared away, although the chance for the follow-up shot, it's a bit of ping-pong in there. Through comes Zara. Zara goes through everybody and left foot, puts it across the face and just wide. That was dangerous from Adrian Zara.
Well, Adrian Zara, the substitute at half-time, should have done a lot better here. He wriggles his way through the South defence, elects to go for a shot that beats Reganovic, but not the far post. You had Carvelis at the back post and Eliopoulos as well. It goes wide of all of them, and South maintain their 2-0 lead.
Anthony Marler tries that long throw. Comes back to him, this time by foot, tries to deliver. Matthew Miller's been dangerous all game here. Matthew Miller, and he's brought down there, shouts for a penalty. Well, the South players were clear on that one, John. That one looked very close.
Well, it's another shout for a penalty on Matty Miller as he wriggles his way into the area, and he gets away with that there. And then eventually James Ricabena with the trailing leg that clips him. He goes over and he appeals, and again the referee waves play on.
Now a nice sliding effort there, keeps the ball in South's favour, and Theodore finds Epifano. Epifano with the flick forward. Now another opportunity for South. Lujic finds it at his feet, one-on-one. Milos Lujic, and Stepjan Gal comes out to intervene nicely. Keeps Port Melbourne alive in this match.
That was good work all round. Initially, Epifano with a nice ball over the top to find Lujic, who tries to get past Sean Kelly there, the Port Melbourne captain. Does well to get himself into the goal-scoring position. But Stepjan Gal with an excellent block comes out, waves the arm out and blocks the ball. Eventually it's cleared by the Port defence.
Coming forward in numbers again here, South Melbourne. They're really threatening to close this game out in the second half. Still alive on the far side. Brought back in, Epifano again. Epifano decides to go for a run. Flicks it inside. It sits up for Matthew Theodore. And Matty Theodore, usually so clinical, had time to place that one and placed it just wide.
Well, it seems that Epifano's involved with everything, David. This occasion on the right wing, he cuts it back for Matty Theodore. You would almost put your house on Matty Theodore, burying that into the far corner. Unfortunately, it goes just wide of the far post. South still 2-0 up.
Zara spinning. And nicely done by Marcus Schroen, because they were coming forward again there, Port Melbourne. And they've got a good chance on the counter-attack here. Matthew Miller, deep cross. Lujic tees it up. Chance now, Bradley Norton. Bradley Norton scuffs his shot. A beautiful move by South Melbourne. Brad Norton couldn't quite get that one on target. And again, South can't get that elusive third. Corner played in, chance now. Reganovic came out, missed it, but eventually the South players get it clear. Port Melbourne are threatening to pull one back here. Opportunity now. Lujic standing his ground. Gives it out wide. Now Miller. Miller's got some options in the box now, taking his time. Cutting back in. Brought down by Zara. Shouts for a penalty. Miller is incensed with the referee there, but play on, he says.
Well, that's a third penalty shout for Miller in the box, and the second from that side. It's a bit of a clumsy challenge there from Zara, tracking back. Miller adamant that's a penalty, but again the referee waves play on.
Time getting on here for Port Melbourne. They need to make something happen. And Lambros Hornos has space. Hornos goes deep, very deep, so deep in fact that the crossbar was the only thing that could keep it out. And South Melbourne perhaps a little bit lucky there. Although they might be able to get something on the counter-attack going. Spashini, that's a lovely ball forward for Epifano. That man is always dangerous. Out to Miller, on the left this side, Miller. Back to Epifano. Inboard, Schroen, 1-2. Epifano with the shot and Gull with the save. Tips it wide. Wonderful bit of build-up play. Port Melbourne miss at one end, John, and South Melbourne miss at the other.
Well, like you said, David, it's very end-to-end this game, especially in the second half. Port with the chance missed, and then South zipped down the other end. Lovely 1-2 with Epifano and Schroen, and Epifano very unlucky not to score tonight. That's a great save by Gull.
Another corner for South Melbourne. They've looked dangerous at these most of the night. Epifano's ball misses everyone the first time. Here's Luke Adams. Luke Adams with the shot off the crossbar and just over. And the big centre-back is turning into a striker tonight, John.
I was going to say, David, he's turned into a centre-forward tonight. That's a lovely turn and shot from the edge of the box. Completely bamboozles Sturden there, I think it is, and Gull as well. But luckily for Port Melbourne, the crossbar saves them. We'll see from the centre. You see Luke Adams just set himself up beautifully and curl the shot, which beats Gull, but not the crossbar, and it goes out. 2-0 still to South.
Time getting on here for Port Melbourne. The Hornos corner comes in, up climbs Sean Kelly at the corner, and he won a golden boot for South, but that time he couldn't find the back of the net. Fashini makes his way to the bench for a well-earned rest, and Chris Taylor shoring things up at the back with Constantinides. Chance now Schroen. Time well and truly up there, and in fact time is well and truly up. Referee brings it to a close. A good solid win here for South Melbourne. The work was all done early on the score sheet. Plenty of chances for both sides in the second half. In the end, the result definitely a fair one. Very pleasing for South Melbourne to get a third straight win, and very pleasing to see a third straight clean sheet.
Yeah, well said, David. It was a very professional result. South did the job in the first half. Second half was end-to-end. South having the better of the chances, but Port Melbourne trying to get themselves back into the game as well. Unfortunate for them, they couldn't score a goal to put that pressure on South, and in the end, South win 2-0.
This week's Melbourne City Toyota Man of the Match award goes to a big defender who got the job done at both ends. Well done, Luke Adams. Well, I've got our big Kiwi centre-back here, one of our favourite Kiwis at South Melbourne, Lukey Adams. He loves Anderson Reserve, scored here for the second season in a row, mate. How was that?
Yeah, it was good. It was good to get on the score sheet. Yeah, it was fantastic. Same end as last year. Pretty similar goal, just with my foot and on my head this year. So happy, 2-0 win, so another clean sheet, so we're buzzing.
The actual corner that we won, that you scored the goal from, you had a shot before that. And in the second half, you had a corner where you launched one from outside the box just off the crossbar. So maybe you're auditioning for a role up front.
Yeah. I'll put my name forward, but just fortunate today. Hit the bar, could add 2 or 3. So I'll stick with that.
Scoring's obviously a bonus when it comes from your defenders. So your most important job is to keep clean sheets 3 in a row, and that's something we probably haven't talked about enough. That must be really pleasing for you, Eags, Nicola, Timmy and Brad as well.
Yeah, for sure. Like we worked on it a lot in training from the Bentley game. We had a lot to improve on, especially in that second half. But as you see in the last 3 performances, we've done really well, tightened things up. Credit to the boys in front of us as well, Fish and Icky and Maddie when he come in. So we've done well, 3 clean sheets, and just keep the yellow cards down and we'll be fine.
Well, defence is always important. If you don't concede goals, you cannot lose. Tim Marler, 3 clean sheets, and you've been at the absolute core of that, mate. How's it feeling?
I'm feeling really good. So we've played, I think, 2 seasons together now. Starting to find some real good balance in our line and our movement off and on the ball. There's always room for improvement. There's little lapses in the game where we find ourselves spread or something like that. So we need to work on that at training. But overall, we can't really complain. Haven't copped a goal in 3. So
I have to ask you, you're a good mate of Vicky's, or as good a mate as anyone can be of Vicky's. He didn't mention much about that goal afterwards, did he?
No, he was actually, thank God he got injured. So I didn't have to hear it after the game. But we'll hear about it during training. I'll still find something to tease him about, whether it be, his hair or that pimple on his forehead. So we'll sort it out, but we won't let him get too far ahead of himself for sure. Great strike, though, cheers.
Luke Adams made the point that after the Bentley game in the Community Shield, you guys had to take a good hard look at yourselves, really work hard to make sure you didn't repeat that. And I think you've obviously found a lot of momentum coming out of that. So the pre-season form really was an indicator for you how you guys are going to be playing.
Yeah, we always had a few players missing from what was going to be our ideal starting lineup or close to it. But regardless of that, it was a nice little wake-up call for everyone. And coming off a good season last year, obviously losing to Bentley, and then getting walloped there in 15 minutes, or albeit we we had a good hard look at ourselves and went to the training track, and we've come out flying and working on it real hard, so it's good.
And Chris Taylor, obviously very pleasing result for you, and seems to have all been set up in the first half. More competitive in the second half than the scoreline might have suggested, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've been here, 3 times since I've been here, and every game's been very difficult when we come here, so to go 2 goals up was great. I think losing Icky, we lost a little bit of momentum and that little bit of energy that we got in the middle. But as for saying that, we probably had 4 or 5 good chances that had we got the third one, I think it would have been, well and truly over. But at 2-0, it's a dangerous scoreline. They kept pushing. They had a lot of set plays, but really didn't create a great deal.
Talking about Icky, obviously a key player and obviously pivotal in the early part of the game. Do you know anything about the extent of his injury at this stage?
No, I think he's just got a couple of knocks on his ankle. He's had those problems before, so it's a little bit of precaution as well. He wasn't moving too freely, so we've got good depth in the squad. I mean, we've left players off the bench today that really are top players, so I think we've got a very good squad this year and plenty of depth, and when we have to use it, that's what we need to do.
Speaking of preparing the players, you've got a nice long break, unusually long break, Friday night to Monday night, 10 days, so maybe a little bit of time off for the players to rest for that?
Look, we'll have the weekend off. I mean, it's always good to play on a Friday, get a result, and then, everyone has to catch you up. But, we're back in on Monday again. It's going to be a difficult one at Bulleen, so we'll prepare for it on, AstroTurf or whatever you call it, artificial, and see how we go.